Bonsoir, bonsoir. Là, je vais essayer de montrer un petit peu de gameplay sur The Thaumaturge. J'aime beaucoup le fait de pouvoir faire des enquêtes. Et il a des sortes d'esprit. Après, pour les réglages graphiques, là c'est en mode qualité sur la Ps5 Pro. Après, pour la langue des textes, ça sera en anglais. Donc, ce que je ferai, ça sera un résumé dès que la conversation sera faite. Après, en termes de gameplay, c'est assez simple. Il y a un bouton pour les affaires, un bouton pour les entrées, un pour la carte, un pour l'arbre de Thaumaturge. En gros, c'est un arbre de compétences. Et les combats sont tour par tour. Le jeu est autour d'une trentaine d'euros, sauf si vous avez l'abonnement PS Plus. Il est un peu moins cher. Bon, là j'essaie de varier les jeux. En tout cas, j'ai l'habitude de terminer au moins l'histoire principale. Avatar, en tout cas, j'ai vraiment bien envie de le finir. Il y a d'autres jeux. Mais j'aimerais bien avancer aussi dans celui-là. Là, il demande de faire quoi comme quête? Trouver la personne porteuse d'une cicatrice qui attire le salutat. Est-ce que le VRR est bien activé? Oui, il est bien activé.
Thaumaturge never fails me. There is something here.
Une voix morte.
Over my dead body. I reject this verdict.
Well, I expected as much, and he wanted to come see you himself. He was first to judge.
I said what I said, and I won't change my mind. Go away, you're attracting gawkers.
Not gawkers, a witness. And let him listen. He'll see it fairly. Sir, this liar and thief here stole a memento of my mother. And this witch says I'm supposed to hand my goose over to him too?
Because you strangled mine. And what do I care about some trinkets your mother left you?
Because we already know you strangled the goose, but you still haven't proved that Bogdan stole your pendant.
Where is the justice here?
Why don't you relax and listen to the words of a wise woman?
Well, all in all, I'm sorry, Bogdan.
Come inside, and tell me what you're doing here.
J'ai choisi pour résoudre plus facilement l'affaire. Mais bon, apparemment c'est celui qui a commencé qui a en tort. Mais sinon ça va
The
partir en
villagers
bagarre.
seem to have a certain respect for you, ma'am, so I wanted to ask your help with something.
I'm not getting any younger, boy. Talk before I drop dead.
A lot of people benefit from your wisdom. They're superstitious and timid, as far as I've been able to figure out. Easy to control, right?
pot calling kettle. That, my boy, that you can ask that charlatan with fancy dress and beard. Who takes advantage of who here? Bah! The people here are believers, of course. But the spirit in the village is real too.
Do you mean Rasputin?
He didn't bring that evil spirit here. He draws on the spirit because he got folk to heal. But it's not him who brought it. We brought it on our own heads. And we've got to deal with it ourselves. I heard it howling. That's nothing human. One evil spirit here persecutes people, and you can hear it now and then, sometimes. Tragedies attract it, and impure thoughts. We here call it a Bukovac.
But other places probably call it other things.
An evil spirit's an evil spirit. It torments people and turns their weaknesses against them.
And what if I told you I could get rid of it?
I'd say I'll believe it when I see it. And I'd ask, how else can I help you?
Bon, là, je peux pas le sélectionner.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Il n'y a aucun indice qui peut m'aider ici. Dans l'arbre de Thaumaturge, je peux rien acheter. En gros, c'est ici l'arbre de compétences. Et ça peut aller très loin, hein. Après, j'avoue que c'est pas une claque graphique, mais il a une proposition différente. Et par rapport à son prix, c'est plutôt raisonnable. Ouais, donc je peux zoomer la caméra, la rapprocher.
They'll all gawk, but without lifting a finger. Just, Vesna will bring it, Vesna will help. But if Vesna needs help with something, there's nobody to be found. That's not yours, don't touch. All these newcomers causing more problems.
Elle aime pas les étrangers. Mais bon, là, apparemment, dans cette époque, la notion d'étranger, c'était pas par rapport au même pays, hein. Et puis, les villes voisines. Le seuil de tolérance était beaucoup plus bas.
I sensing? I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. I'm telling you, go away, or I'll call for help! 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 Somebody help me!
What are you doing here, you tramp?
I'm not looking for trouble. I just wanted to talk.
We'll talk, all right.
Donc là, je choisis ce que je veux améliorer. Bon, je connais déjà le principe du combat. Là, l'adversaire a juste un seul point de concentration, donc ça vaut le coup. Et il faut faire aussi attention au moment parce qu'il y a une barre. Là, par exemple, si j'appuie maintenant, ben, enfin ici, là, il me tapera avant. Donc le but, ça sera de l'attaquer. Ah, c'est un petit peu saignant.
The devil sent you.
You could say that, sure.
Bon, j'ai obtenu des succès de bronze. Après, je sais pas pourquoi ils le font pas afficher dans le jeu. La
I
Ps5.
wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over. Please leave. Please, please.
La difficulté est en difficile, mais là, juste au début du jeu, donc c'est normal que c'est pas trop dur. Les combats les plus durs sont contre les esprits. Mais bon, avec une bonne stratégie, ça va, c'est... Mais bon, là pour l'instant je suis qu'au début du jeu, donc c'est un peu trop tôt pour dire que le jeu est facile, même en difficile. Ah, d'après la démo... Ah tiens, j'ai amélioré la parole. Peut toujours servir. Parce qu'au début c'est bien d'avoir un de partout, parce que ça permet de résoudre des situations différentes. Il y en a qui demandent du cœur, l'autre la parole. Sinon je peux mettre puissant sur un... Ça facilitera peut-être les combats, mais ça m'aidera pas à résoudre les enquêtes.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Je peux toujours pas.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive.
Bon, là j'ai déjà fouillé, il n'y avait rien. Peut-être retourner au bar là-bas. Il n'y a absolument rien. Peut-être quelque chose à faire, mais je le vois pas. J'arrête pas de scanner. Voilà, il y a juste lui pour partir à l'endroit suivant. Puis c'est tout quoi.
Excuse me. I need to get to the local cemetery. Could you give me a lift?
I've only just come back from the post office this morning. I'm not getting the horse going again. Back to the cemetery. It's not like anyone there is going to run away. And look, my horse is more dead than alive.
I'll be right back.
Je peux manipuler. Une pelle. La pelle a encore des traces de boue, de glace. Le cocher a utilisé ce chiffon pour éponger la sueur de son front. La laque dégage l'odeur aigre de la fatigue. La colonne de l'homme qui s'évertue à libérer les roues de la terre tendre, craque comme une arête de poisson. Ses muscles sont en feu, personne ne l'a aidé. Telle était sa mission, tel était son fardeau. Le cocher est las, éreinté, il a déchargé la voiture tout seul. Il n'y rêve que d'une seule chose, un moment de repos. Je peux le soulager de sa souffrance.
I'm not going anywhere.
Maybe you'll change your mind and drop me off at the cemetery after all.
Well, on the other hand, this place isn't much more exciting than the cemetery, and I meant to take the horse out for a ride, so get on.
Là, j'ai pu manipuler parce que j'avais un point en cœur. C'est pour ça que je répartis mes points de compétence, un de chaque. Pourquoi il y a un point ici? Pourquoi je peux pas sectionner là? Bon, je sectionne village alors. J'arrive pas à... Ok, problème résolu. Voilà, il y a un petit tracé de sang qui indique là. Ah voilà. Mais je vais quand même fouiller un petit peu. Ah tiens, il y a quelque chose ici. La tombe de Staros Vasily. Il est mort là, la pierre là. Ouais, il est mort l'an passé. Sa pierre dommage a déjà été endommagée. Pourquoi? Il y a une histoire de vengeance derrière.
You're alive. Does that mean I helped, Thaumaturge?
I don't have enough words to thank you for what you've done for me. I haven't felt this way in years.
I'm glad I could help.
I see him. My Uper. He's back. I can feel our bond growing stronger as each moment passes.
I'm happy for you, but do restrain your joy. We're in the cemetery.
When I heard you were at the cemetery, I was sure I'd see you resurrecting the dead.
Not yet. Today I'm just praying for rest for Vasily's soul. The whole village is suffering after his loss. He was the elder here.
He cursed this place. Since he died, darkness and misfortune have hung over the village.
You see? To them, every harm comes down to witchcraft. They believe that after Vasily's passing, the village was possessed by some monster that howls at night or some other Yafiets.
What changed in the village after the elder died?
It's all dreadful, sir. Everything's gone topsy-turvy. When folks get to arguing now, they're so hot-headed, before you know it, they're at one another's throats. Ladies have no patience for kids, nor lads for ladies, nor neighbors for neighbors. Any word might seem offensive and like an insult waiting to happen. Then you've got to fight.
Tragedies such as Vasily's death leave their mark on everyone. It takes time to come to terms with something like this. That doesn't mean this place is possessed by dark forces.
How did this elder die?
There was a fire, sir. Flames shooting sky high, and him burning, swearing, speaking curses. And the curse stuck. Those ruins seem a profaned place now. A wicked spirit has taken over the blighted land.
Don't encourage her. Once she gets going, it can't be stopped.
This could also be the work of a Salita.
What do you mean?
Bon, pour résumer le dialogue, ils sont très méfiants de tout ce qui est miracle, etc. Je pense que c'est la sorcellerie. Puis un autre point, depuis la mort de Vasily, il se passe toutes sortes de malheurs, et dès que les gens commencent à se disputer, ils se jettent l'un sur l'autre, à se frapper dessus, voir ses gosses. Enfin, il y a plein de malheurs qui arrivent en ce moment.
As you were healing me, I had a dream, a vision. But on the borderline of sleep and wakefulness, I thought I saw a Salutor. That's what might be influencing the villagers in wailing at night.
They're good people, but none too bright, Victor. I'm afraid they might be talking about a train.
The wise woman was saying the evil spirit is a book of hatch.
Does the creature hunting you rattle chains, slither around, and have a mouth full of giant fangs?
A book of hatch.
Where did this elder live?
I'll show you. Let's allow Vasily's soul to rest for today. Amen.
Les femmes dans le cimetière affirment que le village est hanté par une niche. Son nom serait Bukavac. Ah, alors, en français c'est Bukavac, mais Allez, en vrai, ça fait beaucoup à marche. Un village tranquille et heureux, dites-vous. Pas tout à fait. Les villageois sont énervés et ils risquent sur le point d'éclater. Ouais, ça revient à ce que je disais tout à l'heure. Ou à l'instant. Là, c'est les conclusions. Non, bah, y a rien à en tirer. Allez, fonctionne. Voilà. Le propriétaire brûlé. C'était ma faute.
Can you feel it? It's the smell of mystery. A horrible death.
Ah, la propriété brûlée. Et avec, je fais des conclusions. Un encadrement de portes détruit pour une maison mystérieuse. Le feu l'a épargné. Les lignes épaisses du grain du bois sont visibles sur l'encadrement. Elles forment des mots si nettement gravés qu'on croirait l'œuvre d'un burin. Ils crient leur tentative de détruire la porte face au gond, qui lâche enfin, qui hurle dans l'espace et qui ne répond pas. La peur s'est incrustée dans la structure même du cadre, celle des flammes d'abord, puis l'appréhension de la perte d'un être cher. Il y a une marque inconnue. Une tache de sang séché, elle a pénétré profondément dans les planches calcinées de la maison. Le sang laisse échapper de la souffrance. Il a coulé rapidement. La plaie infligée au ciseau n'était pas large, mais a été précise. La vie a quitté le corps, le cœur a convulsé et l'esprit a admis que le glas avait sonné. Les flammes sont arrivées, peu après la douleur a retenti à nouveau. C'était un poignardage. Ah, ici.
True fear.
Une poupée carbonisée qui ne semble pas être de première jeunesse. La poupée est recouverte d'une croûte épaisse de peur. Ses couches sont comme le vernis sur une vieille peinture. La peur d'une enfant, la terreur d'une petite fille, l'effroi d'une jeune femme, Elle forme un cocon aux effluves de térébenthine qui confirme la gorge et force les larmes à sortir. Térébenthine, qu'est-ce que c'est? Je vais voir la définition de ça. C'est un médicament. Ça a des propriétés antiseptiques et donc décontagieuses. Ouais, c'est pour pour déboucher la sphère respiratoire, en gros. Ainsi que des propriétés apaisantes au niveau de la gorge et des muqueuses. Quelqu'un qui a de la toux, alors.
This house was always full of fear, and its owner was still alive when the house caught fire. Someone wanted to kill him. The fire only covered up the crime. The murder gave birth to the flaw that you attached to, didn't it? I'll find you when I track down the murderer. I know who owns this doll. Maybe I should give them back to her. She ought to know more about what happened here.
La marque de Vesna. Vesna respire la peur, ses nerfs sont mirés d'épreuves, son cœur tremble, ses doigts sont raidis par l'anxiété et son esprit vagabonde dans les contrées sauvages de la peur. Je devrais pouvoir découvrir où elle habite et ce que cache sa fébrilité.
Victor! I hope you've got what you want now, Thaumaturge, because I think it's time to get out of here.
Why the hurry, Father? We're the Tsar's men. How about the donation for the Tsar's army?
There are no Russian outposts here.
I think this is the guy with the nice boots.
You're the guy who trashed our comrades?
I can do exactly the same to all of you.
He's not as weak as he looks. He actually looks better than he did the other day.
But not counting the priest. He's still alone.
Not anymore, I'm not.
Oh, c'est le temps pour la baston. Ils ont seulement un point de concentration, donc ça va être facile. Je peux pas choisir de cible. Ah si, putain. C'est tout. Ça le tue pas. celui qui est le plus rapide.
Are you alright, sir?
Me? Yes, but can these salutars also help you in a fight? Can you manipulate people and cast these demons into their minds?
Generally speaking, yes. Are you sure you're alright, sir?
Call me Grigori.
Let's head back. I have to visit someone in the village who can tell me more about what happened here.
Oh là là, j'ai un de partout. J'allais parler à la vieille dame. Voir si j'ai plus d'éléments.
What do we have here? Thaumaturge.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Continue de chercher. Mais c'est quoi qui manque là?
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Ah, il y a quelque chose là. Une icône peinte à la main. Je crois qu'il s'agit de la martyre Sainte Thècle. Les mains de la sage s'attardent autour de la tête de la sainte. Il crée des mouvements subtils, aussi purs que les flocons de neige. Les mots du sort brillent de mi-feu et supplie sincèrement les cieux d'accorder leur protection d'une fille qui vit l'enfer sur terre et dont la souffrance est indicible.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
You cursed him, didn't you? Vesna's father. You put some hex on him, right?
A spell. I help people, yes. Vesna had a problem with her father, and believes in curses, spells, and hexes. Is that all? Because, like I said, I don't want to waste time and die here gabbing with you.
La mort de Vasily impacte le village tout entier. Les habitants sont devenus violents et agressifs. Et les terribles images de l'incendie sont encore dans toutes les mémoires. Par ailleurs, il semblerait que le gouverneur n'ait pas été un personnage des plus transparents et quelqu'un dans le village lui en veut profondément. Je dois approfondir cette piste.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
Pourquoi il veut que je parle encore à la sage?
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
N'importe quoi.
Luca. He must be the one who saved Vesna from the fire.
Une boîte en bois gravée. Ah, j'ai pas eu le temps de lire. Céramique brisée, tremble de colère et de frustration. La dispute a explosé sans crier gare, crachant la bile des plaintes et des griefs réciproques. Son goût doux et âcre stupéfie, appelle des hurlements, des accusations et les coups. La frénésie s'arrêta lorsque tout le monde fut à bout de souffle.
There are so many words of love inscribed here.
Querelle conjugale. Dans cette maison vit un couple marié qui ne mâche pas ses mots. Ils se disputent violemment avec force jusqu'à ne plus avoir de souffle. Mais ils continuent ensemble malgré tout. Sentiment sincère. Lucas est un homme violent, mais son amour pour Vesna est sincère. Oui, il se dispute, mais jamais il ne lèvera la main sur elle. Comme le prouvent les mots écrits sur le manche de la hache. Un amour difficile. En somme, Lucas et Vesna forment un duo explosif. Ils sont impulsifs, capables de se perdre dans des colères injustifiées et des disputes intenses, comme si le lendemain n'existait plus. Pourtant, ils s'aiment avec sincérité et leur amour continue de brûler vivement, ce qui les empêche de s'égarer dans des émotions pernicieuses et de sombrer dans les violences conjugales.
Now I know that woman's trace. Vesna and her husband both left traces of themselves at Vasily's burned-out farmstead. Lucas sincerely loves his wife. You think he loves her strongly enough to kill for her? You're right. It'd be better to ask Vesna about that.
You've been going in so many circles, your head will spin.
Well then, I hope you'll still be alive when I get back, madam.
J'arrive pas à trouver d'indice sur la vieille dame. Si ça se trouve, c'est elle qui a tout manigancé.
I wanted to talk. Ma'am, please open the door.
Please go. We didn't invite any guests over.
Please open the door. I'd like to have a chat about your husband.
He'd better not be here when he gets back. He's not as talkative or polite as I am.
Il est clair que ce n'est pas la première fois que Vesna menace quelqu'un aux côtés de son mari. Lucas n'a sûrement pas très bonne réputation au village. Lucas, les habitants considèrent Lucas comme un sombre malotru, cependant il semble avoir un point faible. Il se trouvait dans la maison de Vassili la nuit du meurtre et de l'incendie.
I know you're scared, but please just open the door a crack and let me ask one quick question.
What do you want?
Please, don't be afraid. I just need to know where I can find your husband.
He's chopping wood in the clearing by the forest.
Again.
This time, it's a matter of life and death.
How is your search going?
Almost finished. I know who's attracting the Bukavach.
Can you reveal that secret?
It's Luca. It has to be Luca.
Do you still want to catch that Salutor?
Yes, absolutely.
Despite the risk?
I hope I can persuade you to come with me.
That's an enormous favor you're asking me. I hope you'll be able to return it.
I give my word.
Did you hear? We're going to see Luca Bogosian.
I'm not here to fight.
Luca!
You shouldn't have threatened my wife.
Why did you do this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the one who brought the Salutor here. The spirit that you all say arrived in the village after Vasili's death. The Salutor is what's making fear consume you all and making you hot-headed. And it's because of your flaw, which has been within you since the murder took place.
A murder might just be about to take place.
Cut off his head.
What?
Tear off his head before he opens his mouth again!
Unless you're the one that killed him.
And I'd do it again if I could. Get out of here!
Here you are, Bukavach. Vesna's flaw is mine, and you're mine.
Ça, c'est un combat plus difficile. Afin de vaincre un serviteur sauvage, il vous faut débarrasser des ombres qui les protègent. Éliminer les ombres affaiblies, mais plus il est fait, plus il riposte violemment. La jauge vous indique que lorsque le serviteur sauvage vous envoie plus d'ennemis. Ils sont très résistants. Du boucliavac, vous êtes entré en état de souffrance. Les états peuvent aussi bien être bénins que potentiellement mortels. Lisez attentivement leur description afin de vous faire surprendre. Mais dans quel état je comprends pas. Concentration moins 1. Il va bientôt s'énerver là. Est-ce que je peux l'achever tout de suite? Ça ne tuera pas. Non, j'ai perdu. Dans la démo, c'était plus ça. Ça a l'air de bien se passer. Ah! Pas assez longtemps. Ah, il m'a fait 11. C'était un coup critique là. Ah, je l'ai eu.
You lose, you lose, you lose. You're going crazy again, you blind fool.
A little faith, Thaumaturge. Focus on what's true. My voice is true. I am the truth, you see. Look.
J'ai vaincu Bukavak. Le saluteur est la dimension de l'acte, mais vous ne pouvez pas l'apprivoiser vous-même. Rasputin vous vient en aide. Le saluteur sauvage ne vous obéit pas. Il vous empêche de vous développer et affaiblit votre perception. Heureusement, Rasputin a apaisé sa colère. Vous avez réussi l'impossible.
Unbelievable.
How do you feel? Are you all right?
Well, I don't think I'm hallucinating, but that means I'm currently facing a crowd of furious lumberjacks with axes, so I'd say I've been better.
What? What? I'm telling the truth. I do it again. None of you understand anything. It's because of this magician. It's his fault.
The magician didn't kill Vasily. He didn't bring the evil here. You're a witch! To the stake with her! To the stake!
And you... why are you just standing there? Are you just letting them do this? Fine. I'll handle it myself. I did it before, and I can do it now.
What have you done? Go. You don't need to see this.
Ah, qui se débrouille.
Luca! Luca, no!
Burn her!
There's nothing you can do here now. There was a crime. There must be a punishment.
Excuse me, sir. Do you happen to know when the train arrives? The postmaster said it's usually no more than an hour late, so it should be here any moment. I got a tougher question for you.
Pardon?
Will this train get me close to Albuquerque?
I'm afraid that's an ocean away, and even to the ocean you've got a ways to go.
Thank you. Ever since I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque, I can't get my bearings. The things I've seen, sir. Places I've been. I just can't get to Albuquerque.
Ça n'a aucun sens. Ah, l'homme désagréable.
I wanted to send 2 telegrams, one to Warsaw and one to Paris.
Mr. Shulsky, I was meant to send for you when the driver came to get the mail. My condolences about your father. Do you still want to send something?
Did you come to say goodbye to me?
More like to share my fear. Your condition yesterday, after the fight with that Bukovac, it troubled me. I don't think my treatments are having a long-lasting effect. And you don't look the best. Do you feel all right?
I've just heard that my father is dead.
My condolences.
After your treatment, when I was hallucinating, I saw him. I heard his voice for the first time in years. I'm sure it was him. A strange feeling.
Maybe he came to say goodbye. Maybe it was his last chance to speak to you. A prophecy.
I hope not.
What do you intend to do now?
Just a moment ago, I was thinking about Vienna or Budapest and going on from there to Paris, but now I've got to get to Warsaw first. What about you?
Thanks to you. I don't think I have anything else to do here. I had a little time to think about what I saw in your mind. Tell me, Victor, have you ever seen a human skull cracked open on the cobblestones?
Your question sounded like a threat.
Because it is, for all of us. I have the skull of Franz Ferdinand himself, with his brain spilling out onto the sidewalk. I also saw the white steps in Odessa running with blood. A battlefield blanketed in lethal fog, with faceless beings emerging from it. This hasn't happened yet, but I saw it as clearly as I see you now. Thanks to you, I know that I can stop it. I know that I am part of history, and I can change it. Even at the cost of scorn, contempt, or my life. You promised me a favor, so Warsaw sounds perfect.
Il a l'air de rêver.
Warszawa! Warsaw! Warsaw!
Last stop, Warsaw. Time to wake up.
It's clouding over.
The weather is like my mood.
Aside from the circumstances of the funeral bringing you back, you hadn't thought of ever returning here?
I definitely didn't expect I'd be coming to my father's funeral so early.
I've noticed you two had certain differences in your views on life.
Yes, especially on my life. But admittedly, that's not a very exciting discovery. Is that all you've learned about me on our journey?
You drool in your sleep. Anything in there about Warsaw?
Cheap labor influx causes housing shortage. Strikes, Jews, poverty, violence, the Polish Socialist Party stealing military equipment. I wonder if there are any political cartoons.
Warsaw, end of the line. Welcome to Warszawa.
I think the time's come to ask where you plan to stay.
I'll let you know when I come up with something.
When people unite, empires fall.
Ah, j'ai 2 points à distribuer. Voilà, là je peux manipuler la dimension cœur et la dimension... Ouais, la dimension acte. Après, je sais pas comment ça fonctionne pour l'équiper, je vais jeter un coup d'œil dans les... Efficacité parfaite. Je monte de façon équilibrée, c'est plus sûr.
Why such a crowd?
The circus has come to town.
These are troubled times. Brothers turn against brothers. Russia has had enough bloodshed. The violence must stop. When socialists attempt to divide Russia and her subject nations, to dent the sword that smote the enemy at Grunwald, this demands my decisive action. Thus, by my grace, I hereby appoint as Governor-General of Warsaw, Georgi Antonovich Skowon.
A butcher.
Not a popular guy, I presume.
I see you ain't from here. That swine keeps a photo album of all the folks he's had shot at the Citadel.
Before and after execution.
Warsaw! The time for leniency and indulgence is over. From the moment this office is bestowed on me, no forces hostile to the subjects of Greater Russia will have any further right to exist. None! Whether it be brutal socialist subversives, communists, Jews, or other satanic provocators.
He sure knows how to unite a crowd.
Pardon me, are you Polish?
I was born in Warsaw, but I'm lapsed. My name's Victor.
Wanda.
This is Russia here. Like it or not. Warszawa. Время террора закончилось.
Иди нахуй!
My first decision as Governor-General of Warsaw. Arrestować.
Great heroes in their sense of timing. Of course, now they're the first ones in the fight.
Samobladanie, Poliaki. We won that rebel. The Loudmouth.
Damn.
What happened?
Be a gentleman. Please kneel and tie my shoe.
I didn't dare suggest it myself.
Can I ask you a tiny favor? The Russians can't find out about this. The military is just looking for an excuse to suppress the crowd, and these workers are dreaming of thrashing a Russian gendarme.
Either one of you confesses to disturbing the peace, or всех забирай. We'll take you all in.
You can't handle all of us.
Can you get us out of here?
I think I'm open to any kind of suggestion.
With a book like that, I'd find out what would convince one of these bastards to let us go. Or I'd take on that self-appointed leader of the proletariat.
Interesting strategy. Who are you, really?
A damsel in distress.
Those don't usually hide ammunition in their stockings.
Can I explain it to you another time?
For instance, I could disclose to a soldier that you came here with ammunition under your skirt.
Maybe we should see who they believe. A respected lady of Warsaw, or a common magician who just 100 years ago would have been burned at the stake.
Well, since you asked so nicely, I'm going to take a look around. Pardon me, gentlemen.
The crowd has received the order. For now, zero response.
We'll give them a moment. To arrest them all, book them, interrogate them. Gospodi will be home in November.
Gentlemen, please, forgive me. Maybe there's a faster way to get this situation resolved.
Back off, Polyak, or we'll start shooting. Paniatno, scrum! Dawaj.
Sergeant, I didn't want to do this, but my name is Viktor Szulski.
Szulski or Smolski, I don't care.
We'll make an example of you for the rest of these bastards.
il fait mal. Mais il tape trop tard. Attaquez-les avec un serviteur qui appartient à la même dimension que le train en question. Lui.
Name?
Shulski. Victor.
One of those Shulskis?
Yes.
My condolences. Now, profile.
Thank you.
What you pissing in the bucket for, asshole?
Where else am I supposed to?
Brown in the bucket, whiz on the wall.
You better remember that, too. That bucket's gonna last you guys till tomorrow.
Can I use the phone?
What are you staring at, Ganef?
I don't know what that means.
Quit squealing. First time in the big city? Have some respect if you don't know who you're running your mouth at. What did they put such a swell in jail for?
I showed a couple of Russian soldiers when I think about the partitions.
I have moments like that sometimes.
And I gave it to some Ruskies in the kisser, too. There's this red-bearded fella sitting there. I glassed him in the face, then kicked him in the bean, and wham! On the floor. And I pinched his billfold, too.
Did anybody ask you? Shut your damn trap. Well, are you from somebody?
My name's Viktor Shulski, and I work on my own behalf.
All right. Respect.
First of all, I am a Thaumaturge.
Now them, I got respect for. I know one really decent Jew from Povishla, who's a wizard too.
How about you? You got a foreskin or what?
Is my foreskin any of your fucking business?
Well, no. I was just...
Schmuck. But you don't look like much of a Warsaw lad.
I'm just here for my father's funeral.
I hope you don't miss the funeral toasts. Welcome to Warsaw.
I wouldn't call you a master strategist.
You got away from the station, so theoretically, we achieved our goal.
You're not losing your sense of humor. I guess this isn't your first time in a place like this, is it?
You'd better tell me if you managed to get rid of your ammunition.
If I hadn't, I'd already be locked up at the Citadel. I admit your behavior did successfully distract the Ruskies.
You're welcome.
All right then. What's such a gorgeous, hairy mug doing in a crummy place like this?
We've got a little time to kill. Maybe now you can tell me more about yourself. You seem to know your way around this setting. You been here often?
I'll take that as a compliment. And sure, sometimes, if the cause demands it.
What cause?
Let's say I know certain folks who'd find poles like you useful.
Dealers in stolen Dutch pomade?
Donut connoisseurs. They met at Burke Rotblitz's cafe.
What exactly do your friends do?
I'd be glad to tell you, over coffee and jam donuts.
I'm afraid all these crews might have more questions and want to keep you here longer.
Then you won't just miss out on the pastries, but also an adventure worthy of a great cause.
Shulski!
I see you won't be hanging out here long either.
Shulsky, this yours?
That's right.
Then take it and get out of here.
Thank you.
Bon, je pars sans poser de questions. Hein. Des fois, question de trop, ça gâche tout. Alors, ben, je vais ajouter un point ici. Hein. Et si je trouve un autre esprit, au moins je pourrais le contrôler. En tout cas, ce que je peux dire depuis tout à l'heure, lui il me sert à faire baisser la concentration. Et lui il me sert à faire des gros dégâts quand mes adversaires ont perdu toute leur concentration. C'est comme ça que j'ai pu me débarrasser dessus au fusil. Donc j'ai tout misé sur la concentration avec cet esprit-là au pire. Et après sur les dégâts avec Pikavac quand j'ai... Et la stratégie a fonctionné. Donc c'est plutôt bien. Parce que c'était mal parti. Bon. Je vais aller voir le géniteur. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a ici? Ah, ça va toucher ce genre de choses, ça donne de l'XP. Ok. Ouais, donc même si je lis pas, ça me récompense.
I'm sure you don't remember me. My name's Hayat, Mordecai Hayat. I wanted to offer my condolences. Thank you. Please, forgive my prying. I know Mr. Shulsky took nitroglycerin for his heart, but how did he pass away? Was that his cause of death? His heart?
I'm curious myself. I haven't had a chance to find out.
Yes, I understand. My condolences, once again. I'll leave you alone. I'm sure you want to bid farewell to your father.
I think I ought to arrest you, Thaumaturge.
I haven't done anything, officer. What's the problem?
I barely recognize you either. You still haven't figured out who I am? Don't be surprised. The last time we saw one another was 20 kilos ago.
Uncle Veronian?
I will not keep you. The guy's probably all alone back there, among those vultures circling Stasio. I'm sure she'll be glad to see you. Go on. We'll talk later.
Sister?
Victor. I'm so glad you came. I wasn't sure if my telegram had reached you.
I'm glad too. How are you holding up?
All this caught me off guard, but... For now, I don't have time to think things through calmly. Look at yourself. What happened?
I took a short trip to a Warsaw jail.
What? Are you joking? During the funeral? Are you alright?
Everything's fine, don't worry. Have you written to Mother?
Yes, but... what can you expect? You know what Nadia is like. It was never her style to show up for family events like this. It's getting late. And we've still got the reading of Papa's will ahead of us at home. And I'll leave you two alone. I suppose you've got your own matters to clear up.
Fine, let's get this over with. So, it was me who got it right in the end. Back then, on the train platform, was the last time we saw one another. 15 years ago. After brief suffering, fell asleep in the Lord. Brief? I hope not. Did you write this yourself? A tyrant, bigot, and liar, mistakenly absolved, died after suffering all too briefly. That's better. Definitely closer to the truth. The day you died, you visited me in my dreams. I was a child when you hounded me out of here, and I remember you as you were back then. But in my dream you looked older. You gave me hell as usual. You didn't believe I'd succeed. You were wrong. I've come back with 2 saluters. I'm sorry there are so many things I didn't get to say to your face. All those years, I said them over and over to myself in my head. How you were never able to admit a mistake. You never sought blame in yourself. Someone else was always guilty, never you. Mother because she wanted something for herself in life. Ligia because she wasn't born a boy. Me because I was born a Thaumaturge, but I didn't want to live following your principles. And now... Farewell, Father.
Am I intruding?
I was reflecting at the grave of my beloved father.
You tricked me. I heard something else. Stanisław and I were acquainted. You might say I knew everything about your father. Mr. Victor Szulski, isn't it? Your absence from Warsaw has happily come to an end, I hope.
With all due respect, this is my personal business. It was my father who knew you, not me.
True. Please forgive me. I meant no harm. Again, my condolences.
I didn't catch your name.
My name's Konieczkin. Ivan Kanichkin. Goodbye.
Such interesting friends you had. I guess I'm more tired than I thought.
En fait, je fais le plus souvent fierté parce que il y a des émotions qui attirent plus facilement les esprits. Donc le but est de provoquer une faille afin qu'un des esprits arrive. Mais je pense que ça sera plus un esprit en fin de jeu.
We can go. The hardest thing was getting the lid of the urn. The scattering I could handle.
You can play the clown, but I know how much this has cost you. I'm glad you went.
Love at a funeral. Eros post-mortem. Is it suitable for a young lady in mourning to fraternize with bachelors? Konstancja Shabowska, the Warsaw Courier. Could I ask for a brief comment?
Hyena.
Thank you. And you, sir?
I suggest you leave. Otherwise, I'll overlook your womanhood and make sure you can never pronounce a single syllable correctly again.
You'd permit that to happen, Judge? Maybe I should write about this.
And who would let you print it?
Someday the press will get the Russian boot off its neck, Judge.
I'm afraid none of us will live to see the day, my dear. Come on, children. I'm sure my Petya is already waiting for us at home.
I'd love to see my cousin.
Are you coming with us?
Thanks.
Get in. I'm sure the lawyer is already waiting for us.
Là, sous la pluie, le jeu ralentit pas mal. Bon, après, je pourrais passer en mode fluidité.
Miss, your guests have arrived. The lawyer's upstairs too, waiting. A trifle jittery. Wonder if the tea I made him was too strong.
Thank you, Grażyna, dear. Let the guests wait. First, I want to take care of the will.
I'll just wet my whistle and join you all upstairs.
Make sure Uncle makes it upstairs sober. And I'll suggest you don't dawdle either.
Master Victor, good God! Half your face covered, but I could tell right away it was you. You look just like your father in his youth. Completely his spitting image. Should I make you some cocoa, Master? It would warm you up a little.
Make an extra creamy one for Ligia.
Oh, I won't skimp on her. Now, your sister's putting a brave face on all this, but she's really having a hard time. It's lovely to see you again. But that's enough jabber for now. I've got the guests and the cocoa, and I've got to whip up some food for you all later. We'll talk soon.
j'appuie juste pour voir de l'XP
I
ou
don't want to
quelques
put my
idées.
foot in my mouth again. I already failed to recognize someone once today, but you look familiar.
Well, I should think so. I was the victim of one of your starling hunts. Voronins must not be very memorable, cousin.
Pietia! Forgive me, and for shooting you as well. Huh. How are you doing?
Just some heart problems, not a subject for today. I'm sorry about Uncle Stanislav. Forgive me for not coming to the funeral. I can't bear cemeteries.
We'll have to meet up again.
Goodbye.
J'ai encore un point à distribuer. Il n'y a pas de description. Reçoit des dégâts 3 à 4 à la fin de chaque tour. Il y a juste le tableau à examiner et rien d'autre. Je vais devoir me contenter. En tout cas, le papa avait les moyens, hein. Une belle maison. Et des serviteurs.
Oh, I'm glad you're here. I thought I'd have to drink alone.
So many goodies laid out for the guests. Having trouble picking something for yourself, Judge?
But this was Stasios. It was special. Amber liqueur with quinces.
I think you mean quince liqueur with amber, right? If it's not here, I'm sure it's in the basement. But I won't grope around down there in the dark now. I've got my hands full.
Now, I don't want to trouble you either. Victor, could you track down a little bottle for your uncle?
I suppose I'm obligated to accept this mission.
Good lad. A nephew like you is a treasure. How did it go? Mission accomplished?
You'll have to wait a moment yet, Uncle.
Ok, j'ai trouvé 2 bouteilles. Ah bah, une troisième.
How did it go? Mission accomplished?
I found this one.
That's not ours. He got it from some woman. Not enough to do. So, to an easy death, as Stasio and I used to say.
How did he die?
Hasn't Lygia told you?
I haven't even had the chance to ask.
He didn't suffer, but such images in the memory are better saved for later. I'd prefer to remember him as he was alive. What then? Am I drinking alone?
May the ground be soft, Father. I'm not betting there's an afterlife.
Well, obligation fulfilled. Shall we get to the reading of the will?
At the funeral, there was this sad Jewish fellow, Mordechai Hayat. Do you know him, Uncle?
He worked for Stanisław, but that was a long time ago. I don't know him more than that. So, shall we collect our inheritance?
You'll all have to wait for me a moment yet.
All right, but hurry up.
Je peux changer d'apparence. Apparemment, il faut que je collectionne des vêtements. En tout cas, j'ai eu un point supplémentaire, donc je vais utiliser pour améliorer mon salutor. Voilà, là j'ai 2 no-coups spéciaux.
I am ready, Mr. Shulsky. I only need all of you to be present. Can we start reading your father's will?
Yes, let his will be done. Again.
Let's begin if everyone is ready. Would you all please take a seat? Ladies and gentlemen, by the power of my office vested in me by the grace of His Imperial Majesty, the Emperor of all Russia, I hereby testify. Mr. Shulsky's last will and testament were prepared several years ago in the presence of Zaslav Fedorov, Esquire, that is, myself. My last will and testament recorded in the year of our Lord 1888. In the name of the Holy Trinity. Amen. Therefore, my first irrevocable wish is to appoint as executrix of this will my daughter, Lygia Szulska. Immediately after my death, an inventory shall be conducted in full accordance with the law. After completing the inventory, all my personal movables will be sold at public auction. And let the funds raised thereby be donated on the anniversary of my death to the beggars near that cemetery. The administration of the remainder of my fortune I leave, without restriction, to the person of my daughter Lygia.
I'm not even getting a teaspoon.
All movables and immovables relating to the family enterprise I entrust to the care and administration of my daughter. I do not prescribe a method of administering them. I merely offer her one piece of advice. I wish that the business should be conducted with modesty, prudence, and honesty, as I have conducted it my whole life.
A joker to the very end.
To my brother-in-law and oldest friend, Alexander Voronin, I wish to leave the following: my collection of muskets and 2 revolvers, dating to the uprising in memory of our first mating.
Stasio, I will have plenty to do in my retirement.
Enjoy your retirement. Now, Mr. Fedorov, what did my father leave my mother?
Victor, be serious.
Nothing. There is a special item reflecting the absolute lack of any bequest to my former spouse, Nadia Fyodorovna Voronina.
I wish you success with your business and your hunting. I'm going to have something to eat before heading off.
Just a moment yet, Mr. Shulsky. Your name is also mentioned here.
A last-minute plot twist.
I would also like to come to the aid of my only son, Victor Shulsky, by entrusting him with the use of my personal black grimoire, in the hope that he will be able to make good use of it. This is my last will and testament. Carry it out solemnly, though you may have found it burdensome. However, this last bequest poses a certain problem.
Yes, it certainly does. And what is that, may I ask?
I am not in possession of this grimoire. The late Mr. Shulsky used it up until his death, yet no one left it with me after his passing.
Meaning it's disappeared? Did father have his grimoire on him at the time of his death?
It was only because of the grimoire that we could identify him at all.
What actually happened? How did he die?
A building collapsed on top of him. I don't know any other way of putting it.
Where did it happen? Where was this building?
The southern part of Śródmieście, not far from the police station. Anyway, you can miss it.
Of all the possibilities, this was the death that fate prepared for him.
I foresaw a slightly more pleasant end for him, myself. I doubt even he deserved such a horrible death.
Those might be the kindest words you've ever said on the subject of a father.
How typical of his sort of person to keep a portrait in his study of a family that was only a family on canvas. Not long after the painting was done, he got divorced, ruined the Nijitsas, and kicked out his son. But
There the portrait hangs, as if family meant anything at all.
I don't know what exactly happened with Aboritse, but I know that Papa felt guilty. You don't want to forgive him even now that he's gone?
The dead need no forgiving. And as for forgetting, I don't know how. It's just a shame about the grimoire.
What do you intend to do?
And where are Father's things at the moment?
You're standing at the very center of his kingdom. Not everything has been sorted through yet, but you go right ahead.
And the store? I should check that too.
I've started stock-taking there to distract myself, and I don't want you to go in there before I've finished.
As you wish. I think we have to look for the answer in the place where it happened.
With your sight, you can make out more in those ruins than I, or Uncle, or Detective could. This is a good lead, but is it the only one?
Father evidently knew a certain Ivan Konieczkin. Have you heard anything about him?
Konieczkin? No, doesn't ring a bell.
All sorts of people came to Papa's store. That doesn't mean every one of them might know something about the grimoire.
That's true. You've got your work cut out for you.
And Mordechai Chayat. Could that be a lead?
I don't think so. He worked with Father, but he left more than a year ago. I don't know why. He was an assistant at our, well, my store.
Do you know where I might find him?
Sadly, no.
Do you have any other ideas?
Now at least I can see how little I know. Maybe these scraps of information will lead me somewhere.
Well, now that we know what's got to be figured out, forgive me, my darlings. I'm going to give my old bones a rest.
I'll see you out.
Ah, c'est écrit dans le titre, c'est The
Goodbye,
Thaumaturge.
Uncle. And, Ligia. I'm sorry it happened this way. That I
Attends, il y a la
wasn't
cinématique.
close by.
The most important thing is you're here now.
C'est un jeu autour de 35 euros. Il est aussi disponible sur PC. Enfin, il était sorti sur PC avant. Il y a une démo sur Ps5 si tu veux faire ta propre idée.
How
Les
do you
combats
find
sont
your
tout
old
partout.
stomping ground? Yes, I'm not too fond of this place either. This is where I had my last conversation with my father, just before I left. If you can call it a conversation. Can you see my dreams? Nightmares, actually. Ever since I decided to come back, I keep reliving the same memory. The loan shark incident. I've been seeing his death more and more lately. I wonder if his shop is still there. Perhaps we should go there and check.
Bon, je vais activer la notification sonore. Voilà, comme ça, si quelqu'un passe, je l'entendrai. que j'aille là. Tiens. Il n'y a rien du tout ici. Peut-être en haut. Ah bah ouais. La recherche de père. Ces derniers temps, les pensées de père étaient occupées par des recherches frôlant l'obsession. Celle-ci allait au-delà de sa curiosité habituelle, qu'il définissait si bien. Il cherchait quelque chose, il chassait les saluteurs et exploitait le mystère que représente la Thaumaturge. Et pour ce qui l'entoure, la seule chose que j'ignore, c'est où ces recherches l'ont mené. Là, j'hésite à me servir des points, mais les points, j'en gagne assez rapidement. Augmente les dégâts infligés de 50%. Restaure 4 de vos points de vie à chaque fois qu'un ennemi est en état de souffrance. Ouais, je veux bien des points de vie en plus. Ah, ça coûte 2. J'ai pas assez.
The telephone.
Hello?
I talk here? Do you hear me now? Victor? Victor, are you there?
Grigori? Yes.
Victor, where are you?
On the other end of the line, at home, where the telephone rang.
Incredible.
Has something happened?
To me? No. I am telecommunicating with you to say I found lodgings here in Warsaw. If you need me, I'm by the cemetery. What number is it? Yes, 7 Powaskowska Street. Number 7 by cemetery. Powaskowska.
I'm glad. It's good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear you as well. Goodbye. I want to end now. What do I... like this? Wonderful device. Remarkable. Hello? Oh, and now?
Genre, je lui ai posé la question comment il a trouvé le numéro de téléphone. Vu comment il en parle, c'était un gros hasard.
Have you found anything yet about the grimoire? Is there any way I can help?
The trousers are an original style. Until now, I'd only seen women in trousers in the East.
First of all, they're practical. It's the 20th century. It's high time we started dressing comfortably.
You've always been brave, never afraid of anything or anybody. Like when Mother almost had a fit because you dunked my best tie in hot cocoa.
I didn't care that she was angry. I wanted to get you back for not wanting to play with me.
Because you were being too annoying.
You meant to say brave. By the way, Grażyna still makes cocoa every evening. You can conjure up the flavor of childhood if you want. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
What's next for you? You're in charge here now. Have you got some kind of grand scheme?
A grand scheme?
For now, I'm just trying to keep my head above water. Certain customers are unconvinced that a woman can handle running a business. What's worse, a woman without powers. You know what I mean. A thaumaturge at my side would shut them all up. After all, it's your heritage too.
I don't know anything about running a company, but if I can help in any way, you can count on me.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. I trust the smoke doesn't bother you.
You used to detest the smell of tobacco. You'd hold your breath going into Father's study.
That's true, but when I'd stay here, alone with Papa, and somehow over the years I got used to it. I don't know when I started copying him even.
Daddy's girl. You were always closer to him.
That's not true. I was just less rebellious than you, his Thaumaturge son. Now come on, what else is on your mind?
In Father's study, I found a trace of a woman that I couldn't identify.
Probably Svetlana Rumyantseva.
Who is she? And what did Father have to do with her?
Svetlana is a Russian aristocrat who travels with the Romanovs' court. I can only tell you she was a customer of Father's.
A customer? If you don't want to say, then don't. Where can I find her?
When she's in town, she stays at the Imperial Hotel.
She might know something that will help me find the grimoire.
Not so fast. To get in, you're going to need me and my connections. Svetlana is famous for her soirees where she hosts the crème de la crème of Warsaw.
What's a soiree?
How long did you say you lived with Mother in Paris? Just a party, if you like. Do you know what that is?
Very funny.
We could go together. How about you track down some evening clothes and I'll sort out the invitation. And I won't take no for an answer.
Sadly, you never give me a chance. Unfortunately, everything in my wardrobe is antediluvian. I need a tailor.
There's a shop at 11 Pruzhna Street that's fairly decent and quick. We also have barbers in Warsaw in case you want to do something about whatever you have growing on your head and face.
Liga?
Yes?
I'll get going.
Bon, ben, je vais me faire raser. Le tailleur est où? Pas au cimetière quand même. Bon, là j'ai 2 points.
Come in.
Please set my hair to rights.
Yes, sir.
Chic mortuel, quelques mèches. Coiffure intelligente et classique.
I'm sorry. I don't usually talk to clients. Do you like it?
I can't help noticing that you're the most tight-lipped barber I've been to. And even you admit that you rarely talk to clients. Why is that?
When I prepared them for their final journey, it's hard to ask for their opinion.
So you style the deceased too?
Mostly. They still need to look good. After all, you only get a funeral once in your lifetime. So, what do you think? Do you like it?
Yes, you're talented.
Years of practice. My clients are always satisfied.
Always, toujours. Oh. Les clients sont toujours satisfaits. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Bon, je dois chercher à l'intérieur maintenant. Je peux pas bouger la direction ni quoi que ce soit.
Excuse me.
Damn it. I forgot to turn the key.
Sorry, what?
You tell me. What is it?
I need some evening wear, quick.
Good proportions.
Thank you.
Alterations won't take long. Your name and address, sir?
Viktor Shulsky, 9 Green Square.
I'll send a messenger when I'm done. Now, I'd like to go to my business.
I won't bother you.
All right.
coup, je vais peut-être pouvoir manipuler le tailleur.
Mr. Shulsky, come in. What's new? I couldn't help noticing you're struggling for inspiration. You've got a keen eye. The book makes it easier? I have to guess what everyone has in their mind.
Is there any way I can help?
I want to know what people look for in fashion these days. Back in the day, all you needed was 2 padlocks and a space for your Johnson. I don't know what else there is to it. If you tell me that, I'll be grateful. I'll sew you anything you want in return.
Let me sharpen my senses. I won't bother you.
All right.
Il faut plus d'indices. Mais j'ai trouvé ces indices qui me manquent. Trouver les inspirations pour le tailleur. Où j'ai trouvé ça?
Mr. Shulsky, come in. What's new?
I won't bother you.
All right.
Je sais pas du tout où il faut chercher. Ouais, il vaut mieux chercher. Je fasse une autre quête secondaire. Cependant, il a besoin d'inspiration. Directement prélevé dans les rues animées de Varsovie. Dans les rues animées. Voilà, ici c'est tout sauf animé. Bon bah dès que je trouve de quoi partir d'ici. Peut-être à l'hôtel impérial. Ou à la gare de Vienne. Dans une gare, il y a du monde. La gare est fermée. Quelque chose en bas.
Hello, Uncle.
Oh, wait! Before I forget, you rascal. You didn't confess to your uncle that you recently visited our cells.
I thought you were the one who had me released.
What? Nonsense. You need to promise it was the last time, you got it? What brings you here?
So what's new, Uncle?
Crime to underworld, as usual, thanks.
I won't bother you at work.
Don't hesitate to visit your uncle.
Quand je suis en extérieur, il met sa veste, et quand je suis en intérieur, il enlève. Magique. Tu veux que je te déflore, mon petit, elle écrit. Aïe.
I haven't been here in a while. What do you want to tell me, friend?
I'll be first. You'll see.
Slow down. You'll get your clothes all dirty.
That kid, it's me. My mother thought I'd lost my mind. So did Liga, I guess. And that, as we know, didn't happen until much later. I didn't remember that Amorizio was there too. He must have been. After all, he'd laughed at me later for wetting my pants. It was my birthday. Was it then that you chose me?
plus, j'ai un temps limité pour le faire. Elle est dure cette quête.
Morana, hello. Let's see what brought you here. I felt something. Where is it? Bah, j'irai fouiller en journée. Hein.
Move a little to the left, will you? You are blocking my view.
What are you doing here? Drawing an illustration for a newspaper?
For myself, as a local artist. I'm Cayetan.
Do you specialize in still lives?
Yes, you might say that. Here in Povishla nothing interesting's ever happened. But there you go. Murders with an artistic twist. Very inspiring material.
Povishla doesn't seem like a pleasant place to live.
Is life itself pleasant? I don't think so. Even those mutilated bodies, they have no eyes. As if the murderer tried to say there's nothing to see here.
So you're saying that nothing matters?
Exactly. Once, misfortune brought me to this river. I wanted to end my life. But the river wouldn't have me and threw me back on the bank. I decided to stay around.
What exactly do you paint?
Dead bodies.
Someone might say the dead deserve respect.
I'm saying that both life and death are meaningless. You are blocking my view.
I'll go now.
Please, step back. This is a crime scene.
I can see that. Am I wrong, or does the deceased have no eyes?
Yeah, no eyes, all right. And why would there be? He's the fisherman's sixth victim.
Hey, Rogulski, cut the chit-chat. And you, 3 steps back. Go on.
Is the fisherman some local criminal?
Get out of here while I'm still asking nicely.
Easy, I'm going now. I don't want to bother you.
Just what I need. A fucking throng of onlookers.
What now? Fuck, Rogulski. Do I need to take care of everything? Watch the distance. Stand back! Stand back! No trespassing on the crime scene.
Alors, je dois trouver... Bizarre, il m'indique deux sens. Déjà, je vais dans ce sens-là.
Nice rocks. They smell like downtown.
What are you sniffing around here for, Outlander?
You'd better not get in my way when I'm working.
And what does a whelp like you dabble in?
Maybe he's the murderer. The young master was bored and came to Povishna for a taste of gore.
He'll taste it all right.
His own.
Augmente les dégâts reçus de 50%. La prochaine action du serviteur sera plus rapide de 1 tour. Coûteux. Ça augmente mes points de vie. Alors. Le problème, c'est qu'ils sont... Attaquer celui qui a moins de vie. Quelle réalité, lui. Et puis Kavak. des dégâts et restaure des points de vie. Dimension de la force. Je vais me poser problème.
Any fish biting?
It doesn't matter. What do you want?
My name is Victor. I only wanted to ask what was going on here.
With those damn police?
They are trying to catch the fisherman. And the fisherman is doing his bit.
Who's the fisherman?
The one who left the body on the beach. Stark naked, with pebbles in place of eyes, and a hook stuck in the roof of the mouth.
Like a fish. That's what he always does.
The police call him a serial killer. A dozen people he's snuffed out like that already. The son of a gun.
You sound like it doesn't bother you too much.
And what should it bother me for? If he kills, he kills. We are not to judge if that's good or bad.
The river giveth, and the river taketh away.
Yep. And they can't catch the fisherman even though he continues to kill. Is that right?
He's smart, shrewd, not like those police fools. And everyone knows who he is.
How so?
Because, you see that guy on the beach who set up his easels in the sand and is painting?
He's the fisherman.
He paints all those bodies. He's always around the new ones. They even raided that hovel of his. Right, Edek?
Yep.
And yet, he's still at large and keeps painting. So maybe he's not the fisherman after all.
Sure he is. Everyone says it's him. He's a weirdo, living like a hermit in that hovel. Nothing holds any value for him. So maybe he takes people's lives just for the hell of it.
Yep. And where is that hovel?
Go along the river and behind the workshop. Am I right, Eric?
Yep. Yep. Is it bad that they're doing the job?
And what for? Did anybody call them? Anybody complain?
What, do you think murder doesn't bother anyone?
Like there are never any murders in Povishla. Big deal.
The river giveth and the river taketh away.
Encore ça?
We'll do fine. We don't need the police here.
Thank you, gentlemen. Happy fishing.
Yeah, right.
Is the painting finished?
Nope. The police took the body before I could finish. But I'm sure something new will appear soon.
Can I ask you a question?
Whatever.
Aren't you afraid you might be arrested? You're always the first one out of the body. You painted. To me, you look like a murderer.
Me? Why? The bodies appear on their own. Besides, let the police worry about that.
If they catch the murderer, there will be no more dead bodies to pose.
Right. I hadn't thought about that.
I'll go now.
Quel indice?
You can't be here.
Cayetan doesn't allow it.
I don't like you, Sonny.
He's got nice shoes, though.
I wish I didn't buy them at all.
Well, I don't like that kind of resignation.
But I still like your shoes.
J'ai rien pour lui désactiver le mec. Et si j'attaque directement... Le problème c'est que je ne sais pas. Il y a lui qui va m'attaquer. Je vais me faire éclater. Ça coûte 2. En 1, j'ai quoi? Pas beaucoup de dégâts. Moi, je fais plus de dégâts sur lui. est pas en état de souffrance. Ah, j'aurais pas dû faire ça. Non, mais ce combat est très dur. En plus, il manque l'esprit pour gagner. donner du mal. Oh, de me faire sortir. D'après Pelvin Cajetan, les meurtriers que l'on surnomme le pêcheur, ils sont prêts à tout. Pour trouver les preuves solides et les circonstances ne jouent pas en la faveur du peintre. C'est une question de temps avant qu'il ne soit arrêté. Cajetan est à la fois mort et en vie, uni à la rivière par un lien unique et inextricable. Il peint des représentations des crimes sur les rives de Bois. Il pourrait s'offrir du matériel, mais il préfère mener un quotidien privé de toute forme de luxe.
Any new ideas?
Can I help you?
Can I ask you a question?
Whatever.
I think painting those bodies has become something very important to you.
I hadn't thought about it that way.
It seems it has given your life a new meaning.
Do you really think so? I don't understand.
It seems that while contemplating the lack of sense in life, you did find something you care about.
Right. But that doesn't make sense. Why is it that in trying to go with the flow, I end up paddling harder? Where did I go wrong?
Beautiful. It's time to free you from it.
Can you hear me? Take a step back from him.
What? What are you doing?
They're arresting me, that's what.
What are you arresting him for? Having strange interests? Have you got any proof?
We are arresting the prime suspect. Do not obstruct us.
Tell them what you told me. You are not the killer.
What difference does it make?
Pielevin, you know he's not the one.
What can I do? This case is taking too long anyway.
How are you going to sleep after this?
I'm going to booze it up till I fall asleep. Preferably in moonshine.
And now it starts to rain.
Je suis pas sûr que ce soit une bonne idée de... Parce que là, apparemment, elle a la même tête que... Ouais, je crois que j'ai aucune chance de l'affronter. C'est pour ça que j'ai eu autant de mal. Je devrais... Mais après, faut que je regarde si cette quête a un temps limité. Ouais, la quête a un temps limité, par contre, ça c'est gênant. Quand je commence à fatiguer, je vais sauvegarder et arrêter là. Bon, à plus tard.